Cuba, October 29, 2025. Hurricane Melissa made landfall in Cuba Wednesday morning as a Category 4 storm out of 5, with sustained winds of over 200 kilometers per hour. Upon reaching land, it weakened to a Category 3. The storm is causing flooding, river overflows, and landslides in the eastern part of the island. Powerful Hurricane Melissa made landfall in eastern Cuba on Wednesday with maximum sustained winds of 195 kilometers per hour.
Ahora sí, ¿oís? Esto no es juego, ¿oís? Esto no es...
The storm hit the island from the south, about 90 kilometers west of Santiago de Cuba, where a group of 17 families, including children and the elderly, had to be rescued, according to authorities. The country has evacuated approximately 735,000 people and placed 6 provinces on alert: Granma, Santiago de Cuba, Guantánamo, Holguín, Las Tunas, and Camagüey. The hurricane made landfall in Cuba, near Chivirico, in the province of Santiago de Cuba, and has already caused the displacement of thousands of people and damage to homes, infrastructure, and several hospitals. Before the hurricane arrived, the power company disconnected the national electric system in the provinces of Granma, Santiago de Cuba, and Guantánamo. Images circulating on social media show the fierce winds and rains lashing Santiago de Cuba and calls from people whose homes were damaged. The continuous and intense rains could cause dangerous flooding with numerous landslides, according to U.S. meteorologists. A video circulating on social media shows torrents of water flooding the streets of Santiago de Cuba, the country's second-largest city. Residents can be seen wading through the murky waters and protecting their dogs from the rising floodwaters. Tropical storm Melissa is expected to bring between 25 and 50 centimeters of rain to eastern Cuba, and more than 60 centimeters to the mountainous regions, according to CNN meteorologists. According to Cuba Debate, in the Sierra Maestra Mountains, the waters are rushing down, sweeping away everything in their path, due to the rising rivers and tributaries. In several communities in the lower areas of these vast mountains are flooded, but the darkness and limited movement make it impossible to determine if there are any losses.
Esto aquí, Dios mío, el muro de la iglesia colapsó. Todavía está bajando. Mira, todavía está cayendo, señor.
Furthermore, throughout the eastern region, public land, sea, and air transportation has been paralyzed. Classes have been suspended, and state infrastructure and crops have been secured. 2 of the country's 7 thermoelectric power plants, the backbone of the national electric system (SEN), were shut down for safety reasons, as they lie in Melissa's path and there were fears of damage. These are obsolete facilities suffering from a chronic lack of investment. Early Wednesday, Melissa had maximum sustained winds of 193 kilometers per hour, 120 miles per hour, and was moving northeast at 16 kilometers per hour, 10 miles per hour, according to the NHC. Its center was located 32 kilometers, 20 miles, east of Chivirico and about 97 kilometers, 60 miles, west-southwest of Guantánamo. Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared the country a disaster zone on Tuesday. According to data provided by the Jamaica Public Services Company, JPS, more than 530,000 customers, approximately 77%, are without power nationwide. The Cuban Institute of Meteorology, INSMET, confirmed some weakening of powerful Hurricane Melissa as it passed through the eastern part of the island, although it warned that it remains a dangerous Category 3 out of 5 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale. According to its latest report, issued at 6 a.m. local time, 10 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, the interaction of this system with land has continued to weaken it, but it remains a hurricane of great intensity with associated heavy rainfall. Its maximum sustained winds, INSMET noted, have decreased to 185 kilometers per hour, with higher gusts, and its central pressure is 960 hectopascals, while its forward speed has remained at 19 kilometers per hour in a northeast direction. Hurricane Melissa is now the 3rd most intense hurricane ever recorded in the Caribbean, according to data from the U.S. National Hurricane Center. After passing through Cuba, it is expected to continue its path toward the Bahamas on Wednesday. Hurricane Melissa is expected to weaken slightly over the next 12 to 24 hours as it moves toward the northeast at a similar speed, the agency added. The hurricane remains dangerous, however, according to the Cuban Meteorological Institute, INSMET. Between 3 o'clock and 6 a.m. alone, rainfall totals of 124 millimeters, or liters per square meter, were recorded in Contramaster East, in the province of Santiago de Cuba. Furthermore, Cuban meteorologists estimate that rainfall totals in the eastern third of the country could reach 450 millimeters, or liters per square meter, in the next 24 hours, primarily in mountainous areas, which could cause landslides and flash floods. The maximum sustained winds recorded so far over the island reached 187 kilometers per hour, although in most of the affected Cuban territory they ranged between 70 and 119 kilometers per hour, with higher gusts.
Aquí vemos el huracán, vemos las olas, casi no se ve nada.
Strong storm surges in the southeast of the country, with waves up to 8 meters high and moderate to severe flooding in low-lying areas of this coastline, will continue for several more hours. Melissa's movement will gradually ease these conditions in that region, before they affect the northeast coast in a similar way.
Buenos días, amores, así nos amanece Velasco. Hemos tenido bastante lluvia, la brisa no ha sido tan.
Melissa regained strength over the Caribbean after slowing down as it passed over Jamaica, where it caused severe flooding, according to initial reports, which are being released with difficulty given that most of the country is without power. Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness told CNN that they have no confirmed casualties, but given the hurricane's strength, he anticipates there will be some. Melissa has caused damage to hospitals and roads, and significant destruction to homes and businesses.